Hi. Hello, Debbie K. That is okay. People do make mistakes, and people often just, you know, it can often take a very long time for a lot of these things to be resolved. Um, so, often people only hear the theories, and by the time the real stuff comes out, it may have faded from the real facts, faded from basically their orbit or whatever. So no, that's okay. Hi, and I did get your email. What happened is I did get your emails, and yes, the super stickers did work. It's just they went to my spam, so I didn't see them until I went to look at spam. When someone has sent me an email and you haven't heard back from me, let me know because it might have gone to spam. So that's no problem at all. Now, Monday mysteries. I've got a few written down here, and one that's a hangover from Saturday. Someone wants me to look at the Knickerbocker Hotel. But I thought about looking at Laurel Canyon. A lot of people who had lived there or whatever have been, they've died in lots of different ways. But I don't know. I'll have a think about that. Yes, I went and looked in the analysis bit. It's got where stuff source can be all pre-printed out and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm not sure about Laurel Canyon. But I thought we would open up with looking at the Knickerbocker Hotel. But before I start looking at things, there's one in. How many are there? This one is, I think, in Lionville. Croatia. Hello to everyone who is watching, who may Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There's one in Times Square. Knickerbocker Hotel, Lionsville, Pennsylvania. So that might be. Is there one in Pennsylvania? Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Hi, Cardamancy Mystique. I'm trying to not lock down. Okay, might have to go a different route here. Yeah, you'll be listening. That's fine. Yeah, there's even a couple in Australia. So, Knickerbocker Hotel haunted. The haunted Knickerbocker Hotel, LA. The Hollywood Knickerbocker Hotel. Okay. I've got the Hotel Roosevelt. Hi, Debbie F. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Really. Knickerbocker Hotel. The Haunted Knickerbocker Hotel. Hi, Geek Hillbilly. Where is this? I don't want to know the history or anything of it. I just want to know where it is. Oh, I can't find the damn thing. Unless somebody can give me an address for it. Off the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Ivar Avenue. Across from Hollywood Boulevard. Now, are there any places that people want me to look at? Boulevard. Los Angeles. There we go. The America, yeah. Okay. So, I've got some listed things here. Thinking about looking at Laurel Canyon, why so many people, but a lot of famous murders, but are there really more murders there than there would be in an ordinary neighborhood? It's just because they're so famous that that they get there. La Brea Avenue. Where's Ivar? So it's really, I think the Knickerbocker used to have a lot of Bobby Mackey's in Newport, Kentucky. It is. I've heard of that. I've seen specials on that. I think I've seen too much on that to have a look at it. It's a pretty nasty presence there. I think I've really seen too much on that one. to have a look at it. But yeah, I'm fully aware of it. Bobby Mackey's. Hi, Teresa Balthasar. Still trying to find the Knickerbocker. Isn't it with Ivar Avenue or something? Ivar Avenue, Los Angeles, California. Yeah. Where is it? Vine Street, Hollywood and Vine. Where's Ivar Avenue? It is very, very elusive, isn't it? No, I can't find it. So check out USS Hornet, San Diego. Yes, I've heard of that. The old gal is a floating museum now. It's the USS Hornet. Okay. So let's see. I think I will have a look at that. I'm sorry, I can't find that hotel to have a look at it. USS Hornet Museum. So we might have a look there. I can't remember whether I've done George Reeves. Can anyone remember if I've done George Reeves? The great thing about a lot of these ships is that you can actually get on and walk around using Google Maps. They've done that with the Alabama, I think. Knickerbocker. I've been looking it up maybe the wrong way, but let's have a look and see if we can hop on board the ship. Well, they've got lots of photo stops, so if we pop into one of these here on the deck top, I think that's wow, interesting. And you can go and you can use your little man there with Street View to have a look. Yeah, really interesting. So the Hornet. I'm not sure. I think was the Hornet the one that had the planes on it for. Yeah, I think I'll treat this with a lot of respect. Babe! The Doolittle raid was in the middle of the Doolittle raid. Oh, you can go onto the Alabama. The shoot, yeah. Yes, I know it's an aircraft carrier geek. It's my husband's building a model, and I think it's the Hornet. It's actually, we're building it for a friend of his, whose father served on the Hornet during the Doolittle raid. Or was it after the Doolittle Raid? But it was definitely during the Second World War. Yeah. That hornet sunk. Okay, right, okay. Anyway, so she's supposed to be haunted. Let's have a look. Is this ship haunted? Now, he's got the Hornet, the Doolittle Raid Hornet, and he's got all the little planes, and he's setting them up the way they were. Google Maps. Go on Google Maps and type in USS Hornet, California, and then if you bring up the satellite imagery and then the little man, it's got lots of little blue dots all over it, and you can drop onto one of them and use it as a point to have a look. And yeah, is it haunted? Let's have a look. Guide to the highest truth and compassion. I go into looking at this particular ship with the greatest respect to those who served on her and to what she represents to the American people. Okay. We've got the Five of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So it's definitely some, I'm not looking at yes, no's, I'm just looking at what these mean as a Ace of Pentacles. Well loved. I don't know much about the history of this ship, but this particular one, hi Joji. We're looking at the USS Hornet. Geek Hillbilly asked me to look at it, the one at San Diego. She represented a lot to America. This is faith that American people, the people in the country, have in these ships. Hi, Robin Arvin. Korea, yeah. I felt she represented, you know, New Hope and all that. I remember when I was a little girl, I was taken on the HMS Melbourne. HMAS Melbourne, sorry. And I remember standing next to one of the anchor chains. It's one of the few memories I have, apart from its ladder. I was only like this high or something. And the anchor chain was like this high. So I was only like 3 foot or something. And the anchor chain was 3.5 foot. And it was bigger than me. It's one of the things I can remember. I went on, my uncle was on the Melbourne. And yeah. There's definitely, I've asked if it's haunted. Yes, I do feel it is haunted. I guess this is like the money that's spent, that's been spent on keeping her maintained and all that. And the money that's given to the foundation or whatever it is that looks after her, it's like they know. I don't know that there's anything dark. There might be some. There's possibly one spirit that's maybe in a bit of a bully. But that happens. Not necessarily the good guy who represented himself, and that sort of comes out a bit more. But there are several who are stuck there. I was looking at the helicopter that's sitting next to the tower here, and I know you hear of things being snapped on Google Earth or Google Pictures, you know, which are put in by people who've been in. And hi, Flora Nova, how are you? And you might sometimes think you see something. I haven't, but it looks like there could be someone sitting in the chopper until you look until you go in close, where it's like, could be the seat, but it's looks like it's an arm and a shoulder. So it could be someone sitting in there, but I don't know if they'd let someone in there. But that could just be probably just a reflection, or the seat that's got a white cover on it or something. Yeah. Yes, it is. It has got some presence on some areas on board, and we went to the Intrepid when we were in New York for the Star Trek exhibition. We didn't stop because of time to go into the go and see all the planes and all that, and see more of the Intrepid than what we saw in the cafe on the ship. But we want to go back there and see that as well. Whoa, that was weird. Very interesting. Why did she keep losing a propeller when she went into Tokyo Bay? I'm in the hangar area now, where they've got some helicopters and stuff. The ship's door. I need my space. There's a T-shirt there that says I need my space. There's some planes there. Wow, I got real excitement, butterflies just screaming around here. If you were to walk or to be in there at night in the deck and the hangar deck there, where they've got the planes and a store and stuff, I think you would, and if you were just to be still, and I think you'd definitely hear people walking around. If you knew that you were the only ones there, I think you'd definitely hear people walking around, and like when I'm just passing by where they've got the shop, and a big breath of air. It's like, wow. Possibly there's a doorway there that's got some ensign flags. You know, the ensign flags, the ensigns that you fly on the different ships, like going through there, it might get a little bit spooked. If you go into that area, it might be a little bit spooky. Wow. Yeah, I think you definitely hear some voices and stuff there, and some footsteps. I do feel there's one spirit who's a bit aggressive, bit of a knob. Wow, what an amazing ship. And yeah, it hits. Sometimes if you look at, we're in the hangar, well, at the front of the ship, I think, where the anchor chain is. Yeah. Very breathlessness. I'm getting very breathless here. I think you might, if you're in there alone, you might hear walking on the grated platform above. Wow. And up and down, there's some steep steps. If you want to follow along with me, you can get your phone and I'll tell you where I'm going on the maps, which I use the maps and any images, you know, that they might have associated with it to get a feeling in the cards as well. It's a very different thing for me to do, but it's yeah, it's definitely an impressive ship. I don't know if there were any survivors from the original Hornet served on the later one, but wow. I'll do one more, look at one more area. What have we got here? Up the other end of the ship, where the it's got looks like torpedoes or whatever, torpedo room, and some bunks. Back into the anchor chain room. Wow. Go back to the previous image. It's really breathless. It's like really yeah, I feel that you definitely hear things. Sometimes even what feels like normal activity until things being moved about and stuff, and maybe even like you think you're hearing down the other end of the ship or something, echoes of people, issued orders being issued and stuff, and you'd go and walk up there and be nothing there. Wow, really breathless. The Admiral, the bit of a bully man. Was he? Okay. He's often heard telling sailors to behave themselves. Wow. There's some other ships there, aren't there? But they're not all museums, are they? Old Alameda Point. Oh, one place I've wanted to visit. Both Apollo 11 and 12 were recovered by the USS Hornet. Secured the capsule and aircrew. Wow. Okay, I have heard about the Winchester Mystery House, so we'll have a look at that. Had the wonderful Helen Mirren, wasn't it? Or was it Emma? No, Helen Mirren played Sarah Winchester in a movie recently, which, a lot of people are like, yeah. But I don't know. I don't watch a lot of, I watch like most haunted and real life documentaries, but a lot of movies and all that, I don't go in for the added horror and gore and all that. So if there's a particular mystery you want me to look at with the place, I'm happy to do that as well. So here we are, the Winchester Mystery House, which she continued building. Like, she never stopped building until she died. You can see how much was added to the house. Wow, and there's lots of dots around here, so you can see in the house too with people who've taken photos. I was intrigued. I watched a Ghost Adventures here. she felt haunted. She felt she was being haunted. Lineville, Pennsylvania. Okay, thank you, human generic. And it's Knickerbocker in Lineville, Pennsylvania. Lineville. Okay. Because there's a few Knickerbocker. There's a lot of them, actually. So, okay. Ivar Avenue, Los Angeles. Yeah, no, that's the one I was thinking of was in Lineville, human generic. Thanks for joining us. Human generic has just indicated. Oh, and hello to everyone who's joined us now for the live and who will be watching later. I do appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. It'd be nice if you do that. Person's fears, and I just think that she is such a strong presence within herself. Her fear permeated every thing of the house, every corner of the house, and there's even a chapel or something. Is there a chapel here that you can walk around? No, I'm not getting anything really, apart from maybe sadness. Hi, Pamela Bryan. They have 24/7 ghost cams you can watch. Well, we won't put on the ghost cams, but I will have a look. Is it really haunted by the ghosts of people killed by the Winchester rifle? I'm getting no. I'm getting no. To me, no, I don't feel that. That doesn't mean there's not something there. But it's not. Oh, the poor woman. You know what I just got? I got a group of people. They encouraged her, and she was taken advantage of in such a cruel way. She had people working and building on this house for years and years and years, and they encouraged it. So they keep getting work from her. It was horrible and it was cruel. That doesn't mean what she was feeling wasn't true. I think there was a lot of loss in the family, and she felt the reason for that was because of the family, the guns and everything. Yes, she did. Justice here. Three people especially really took advantage of her, and they encouraged her. They didn't get her any help. Lost, fears, permeated with her fears. People who should have been looking after her weren't. I do feel that that doesn't mean there's not presences there. I don't feel they're associated with people being killed by Winchester rifles. I think they're sort of more associated with the land on which the house was built, on losses and everything that was built on the foundations. This is the foundations on the land on which it was built. They were more associated with that. but people took advantage of her. So weird happenings, probably associated with the land on which the house was built, more so than anybody, you know. This poor woman, she really was emotionally lost. I'd say this justice can't indicate, yes, there definitely was a presence there, but it wasn't to do with the Winchester people, the people killed by the guns and all that. She built it to keep them guessing so they could find it harder to find her and stuff. But it was more to do with the land and something that happened on the land many, many years before the house was she even lived there. They really took advantage of her. The builders. Palo Santo. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going well. We actually went on the USS Hornet.
Hi.
We actually went on the USS Hornet Museum.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know how I showed you with the Alabama, is you can go on the ships because people submit their photos and stuff, and you can go on tours around the ships and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You can do it with the Hornet. Using Google Maps.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen stills, but
of course it's not the one you're building, which was the one from the raid, is it? Because that one was sunk.
No, that was sunk.
The one you're building, sunk. Yeah.
No, there was a subsequent Hornet.
Yes, there is. Yeah, that's the one we were on. And
okay.
yeah, it's cool.
Everything okay?
Everything's fine, thank you.
Yeah. Concerned you were worrying about, COVID and all that.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I know you have a hard time with it, Bubby, and I know it scares you pooless, and anyone who's sensible would be scared pooless of this thing.
Hey, I'll close this door.
I think I'm okay, babe.
Yeah?
I've got iced coffee here.
Ah, all right. I'll leave you to it.
I was just looking at the Winchester Mystery House. That poor woman. There were things happening, but I think it's associated with the land it's built on. And the builders who she used to get to contract to build it, they were just taking advantage of her to keep themselves in work and money.
Noise coming from the home cinema.
Because, she kept building onto the house till almost the day she died.
Yeah, I don't know
kept
much
building
about
and building. Well, I think there were
were
some paranormal things associated with the land, but she was scared that she was being haunted by the ghosts of everyone who'd been killed with the Winchester rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the late 1800s and stuff. And there's some really greedy builders and construction people took advantage of that, because she kept them keep adding to the house, adding stairs that go nowhere, things like that.
Really?
And encouraged her in that belief. That's honestly what I think. That doesn't mean there's not supernatural stuff there, but I think it's more associated with the land that the house was built on.
I'm disappointed. Anyhow, let's get on to the topic.
Okay. They were going to take it apart, so the guy who was a pilot bought his house and it was in the rafters. What on earth are you talking about there? Sorry, I got... Yeah. Ghost cams. Come on. Okay. Pamela Bryan. Hi, Melinda Ducha. Hi. Oh, guys. Let's have a look. Well, now the Knickerbocker Hotel in Lineville, Pennsylvania. Okay. I'm going to go Lineville, Pennsylvania first. There we go. Linesville with an S. Okay, let's have a look at this place. Lionsville United Methodist. Green Shop. Oh, well, thank you. I like putting out positive vibes. See if I can find. It's not a very big town, so hopefully I can find this hotel. Pilgrim Holiness Church. This is the school. Where is this place? Hotels. Let's have a look. Ah, found it. I just found it. Just as it's right in the center of town, isn't it? The Knickerbocker. Let's have a look at this place. Oh, there it is on the corner. Wow, it's three stories, ground floor and 2 stories. Wow, I got that butterfly feeling in my tummy, Let's have a look what we can find out about the Knickerbocker, hey? Fluttery, the fluttery, I get flutters in my stomach. Really, really. Yes, it is. I found it. Hi, Anne Rod. We can have a cup of tea. Excellent. Yeah, trust me, we have our fair share of but you know, it's we love each other and nobody's perfect. Like we were having a bit of a about the back because he's got to clean up. His job is to clean up the dog poop, and he hadn't done it for a while. And then the shed flew over during a storm. We've got a shed in our garage, and we changed the orientation. Big mistake because it was just one big sale, and it just flew over during the storm. So we finally finished clearing out the garage now, getting the shed back, and he's just finally finished cleaning up all the doggy poop because he left it for too long. And yeah. Okay. There's a woman there. Very emotional. Do they hear a woman crying? Yeah, there's Knickerbockers. There's even a Knickerbocker couple in Australia. Hi, Apple. It is. Is that? Can you hear a woman crying at times? Is that one of the things that's heard? And possibly even, I don't know about the rustle of skirts, but maybe the. Oh. got the Wheel of Fortune. Sounds like it's a place where a lot of people's lives would have been changed for some way. Hi, Alexandra Bellino. Don't worry about it. We've only looked at a couple of things. So I think we looked at the Hornet, the USS Hornet in San Diego, and the Havana syndrome. They're still looking at microwave energy for that. I feel it's infrasound because what they're describing goes with infrasound. So, but I can have another look at that if you like, the Havana syndrome. We're doing all spooky, all mysteries and stuff. Havana syndrome. I love you guys throwing places at me to go and have a look at. Most of them died there. Yeah. It was the place, a sort of place that events happened that changed people's lives, whether they died there or they went on and did things afterwards or, yeah. Hit Vienna, hey? Oh, it's definitely, yeah. We've got the card 13, which, of course, the death card here. I don't know the history of the place, but say there's an extraordinary number of people have died there, more than normal. Yeah, and there's a man there too, and again, very emotional energy around this person. The man. I get sadness or possibly anger. And then there's very disruptive energy with the Page of Pentacles, very disruptive energy that's up. Rustling silk skirt. I was going to say that, I asked if you'd heard skirts. I was going to ask that, a rustling dress, and then I thought, well, that's... So definitely a woman crying, hey? Oh, yeah, that's bull dust. They travels. They landed on the moon. It was real. Hi, Mary Fanoof. And hi, Travels, by the way. What have we got here? And we've got the Magician. How old is the town? Yeah, I think that people on 60 Minutes are confusing what happened on the moon with the movie Capricorn 1. Excellent movie, by the way. Yeah, strength. Yeah, there are some people who really, 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 you can really strongly feel their presence. Some of it's protective, some of it's not so much. Was there somebody who did some naughty things, like... We've got the Magician here. It was a place where a lot of people's lives ended. Yeah. Disruptive. It's very disruptive, the male spirit. And the emotion, yeah. I did get anger with the emotion, so I should have said that. Very strong presence. Hi, Beverly Spencer. Oh, that's all right. You have a wonderful day. Yes. I feel like there was. I don't know how long these hauntings have been reported. But this magician, it's to me like it's a place where everything comes together. Like it could be a portal or a vortex of some sort. But there's definitely strong presences, definitely an emotional crying female, and yes, the rustling of skirts, and a disruptive spirit, which I think is the king of cups here. A lot of emotion, and it's disruptive. 1824, yeah. We've got, it's a place that's destined to have this sort of reputation, and yeah. Just everything comes together in that one place to create that. You've got the magician, you've got the wheel, you've got the strength card, you've got the world resolution, you've got death. It's just one of those places where everything comes together. Some people might call it a portal or a vortex. It's just got all the right ingredients. Has anyone ever felt like they've had someone loom up behind them, or feel like they've been touched or pushed? I wouldn't go into the basement ever, even if someone was with me. Don't like the basement, just sounds like. Yeah. Running? Yeah, well, with a place like that, honestly, here it is. Inevitability. 10 of wands. It's a burden. It's never going to stop. Because a place like that, that's the best thing you can do. The male spirit especially does not want to go. That's it there. The 2 of wands. Yeah. There's one spirit there especially that does not want to go. No matter what they plan or what they try and do, he won't go. Okay. Havana syndrome. Let's have a look at that. As I said, there's a theory that it's a microwave weapon, and it could be, but there's also some things that remind me of the effect infrasound can have on you. I wouldn't want to be exposed to either, mind you. Oh, there's my neck again. Havana syndrome. Is it microwave or is it infrasound? Let's see, infrasound. Let's have a look at infrasound first. Is it infrasound? We've got the Empress. And that's also a card for Russia. 4 of Wands. And 5 of Swords. I think infrasound is part of it. I think it's got 4 main components. That they don't have to hit everything at once. I think if they hit everything at once, it'd be like, oh. So do they use microwaves as well? It's definitely a weapon. Yes, microwave and infrasound are the two main things that go into it. The Chariot, strength. It is definitely developed. Yeah, 10 of swords. It's definitely developed as a weapon. I think if they're not careful, it can kill people. It hasn't yet, as far as I know. I don't know if anyone's actually died from the Havana syndrome yet, but it can kill. I do feel like intelligence agencies on the good guys. The good guys are getting some news. Knight of Cups. Maybe they've got someone who's come to them with some news. Yeah, wanting money. Yeah, infrasound is very, very strong. It can make you sick. It can make you dizzy. It can make you nauseous. It can make you feel uneasy. It can even induce nightmares. It's a very nasty business. It's very nasty. Yeah, it is very nasty, and it's been combined, I think, with microwave to cause some other things. Because infrasound doesn't cause all of the things that I've heard mentioned with the Havana syndrome. Okay. Is this about, Melinda, is this about the dude in your house? The demented one? Okay, where should we go next? What will I look at next? George Reeves. I'm going to have a quick look at his, was it suicide? There's a lot of physical evidence that did not fit in with the suicide or even accidental death. Was it suicide? Me? But you're going to throw me back into the water? Oh, you're talking about my pain in the neck. It's just from when I pulled my neck the other day. It's not anyone grabbing onto it. 5 of Swords. Was it suicide? Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords. Chaos. His life was really chaotic. He was feeling heartbroken. I asked, was it suicide? No, I think he was murdered. I think George Reeves was murdered. His family do think it was murdered. He was murdered, betrayed. There's some form of abuse happening. No, I think he was murdered. I did a little bit of reading on it, on George Reeves, and he had his fiancée, Lemon, was there, Lenore Lemon, and a few other people. Apparently they were all really drunk, but could all, yes, it is Russian. Human generic. It is Russian. And they are going to address it. They are going to get to the bottom of it, and they will address it. Okay. Lenore Lemon. I just feel like she was behind it. I do feel like there was somebody else came into that. Yeah, there's the Five of Swords again. Abuse. Two of Swords. Decisions. Wheel of Fortune. She was a bad lot. Yeah, she planned it with two other people. Justice. She escaped justice, but she got just her own form of justice in the end. Fortune. Yeah. I think she paid someone to do it, but this is entertainment purposes only. To any, I hope that it's just, this is just what the cards are saying to me. And hi, Michael Dow. That she was behind it and paid someone to do it, and all her friends there, all gathered, and they were all getting. I think that George had a repeated pattern of going up there saying, I'm going to go and end it all and this and that, and going up there and then firing the gun and scare the shit out of her. But, of course, not ending it all. And then, I think she took advantage of this repeated pattern of his of doing that when they had big fights or whatever. But I do feel it is entertainment purposes only. I won't mention the fiance's name again, but yeah, I do feel that. I mean, it was 70 years ago. But, she might still be around. So, and she might have family members around. So it's, yeah. Okay, William Desmond Taylor. He was shot in the back, and it was never solved. But there was a guy who was at the scene. Yes, he would do that, and I think that it might have been, it could have been somebody else who took advantage of it. It was a known pattern of behaviour, and they took advantage of it and set someone in there. Possibly even in place when they all got back from the restaurant. The guy who said he was a doctor and went in and said he died of a hematoma. Well, he died of a bullet in the back, but he was William Desmond Taylor was a film producer. Silent film director in the 1920s who was found murdered in his bungalow. A crowd of people gathered around his body, and a man who claimed he was a doctor inspected Taylor and confirmed that he died of a hemorrhage. A hemorrhage. He then disappeared back into the crowd and was never heard from again. Why that might not necessarily be weird under normal circumstances, the autopsy showed that Taylor was actually shot in the back. In the end, the case grew cold and no one was charged with murder. Why was he killed? Let's do a different deck. All respect to any descendants of this man. I'm just looking for some answers into his murder. And this is for entertainment purposes only, but I do take it very seriously. So, why was he murdered? I'm getting a bit tired. Sorry, I've just got to go through and make sure there's no reversals. Mystery hauntings. If you have something you'd like, yes, please ask me. Put it in capitals. It is often a source of some naturally occurring infrasound. Yes, some of it can be attributed to that. It doesn't make it any less scary knowing what the cause of that is, but because it can still make you sick to your stomach. It can still cause the hairs to stand up on you. It can still cause you to feel watched. Okay, so why was William Desmond Taylor murdered? I've been wanting to look at this one for a long time. If you can keep it not personal, like family mysteries or anything like that, that would be good. Oh, it's a lot better. It's just one little spot now. So, yeah. Why was he murdered? Yeah. Why was he murdered? He brought about a change in somebody's fortunes. Loss. So he brought about a change in somebody's fortune and some loss. His actions caused somebody money. His actions brought about somebody losing a lot of money. In fact, possibly their whole lot of money. Yeah, there's definitely money. It made a businessman really, really angry because they lost a lot of money, probably on one of his projects, and even lost their home. Or a project that didn't get off the ground. And this person invested so much. Yeah, I have tried ice packs. Thank you, Pamela. But they lost a lot of money. It was a consequence of one of his projects not working out. And the main investor basically lost his shirt, lost everything, home and his family. And this person decided, we'll bring this whole chapter in my life to an end by getting rid of the person who caused it. Whether he caused it intentionally or it's just one of those things. Yeah. No, I haven't seen Lizzie Chronicles. Yeah. Hi, Edna May. So basically it was a case of revenge. Have a look at this man's picture. Very watchful. He's sitting for his portrait here and his mouth straight, barely smiling, and his eyes are really, really watchful. Yeah. Somebody investing did not leave enough. They invested everything, thinking it was an easy and quick way to get rich. But it wasn't. They put in too much and they lost everything. And, yeah. Did I see what? The Lizzie Chronicles? No. I'm not much of a one. I prefer documentaries and all that, as opposed to like TV shows and things. The TV shows I like are more like Midsummer Murders, Bergerac, the Hallmark mysteries, which are a lot of fun. And good comedy. But no, I don't really watch a lot of horror or paranormal based shows. Maybe Ghost from Britain, which I watched a bit of, which is quite funny. And The Truth Seekers, which was really good. But no, I don't normally watch a lot of fictional paranormal shows. Just they don't appeal to me, I guess. So, yeah. Deb, have you got a question for me? Yeah, just not the sort of show I watch. I prefer documentary shows and stuff. Yeah. Ghost of Mrs. Muir would have been one that I used to watch. Hotel Hell in Maribel, Wisconsin, in its prime, known as Maribel Caves Hotel, but I have to find. What was that about? Hotel Maribel Caves Hotel, Maribel in Wisconsin. No, I like a good doco on things. I'm also the sort of person who, if I watch too much or something too late into the night, I'll put all the lights on and maybe watch a fun movie like a Carry On or Thin Blue Line or something comic for a while. Maribel Green. Where was this hotel? Maribel Caves Hotel. Is it still there? Let's have a look. Caves. Maribel Caves Hotel. Maribel Caves Road. Maribel Caves Road, sorry. Caves Trailhead. Wow. Where was this road? This hotel? West Twin River. Marital County, Maribel. Wow. Oh, you want a good fright. You watch Most Haunted, the English one, especially Most Haunted Extra, where a couple of them go in by themselves, just their cameras, And oh my goodness, some of the stuff that happens to them. Yeah, the point is to gather evidence, and most haunted's been going for over 20 years now. 1900. Hell's Well and Spring as a freshwater spa. So I take it, is it there at all in any form now? Out past the Burger King? Was it up near the trailhead? The Maribel Caves trailhead? Hi, Sheila from Inquisitive Tarot. We're doing another spooky thing. Where was it located? Had some natural springs and stuff, did it? You're at the dealership today. At this Oldstown Mantiwalk Country Journey Maribel Caves Park. Okay, Mantiwalk. Yeah, okay, let's see. So there is the old castle building there, or the old structure. Wouldn't say it was a castle. It's what's left of the old hotel, hey? Oh, my goodness me. And how close are the caves to the structure? And you used to be able to stay in the caves, did you? Oh, my goodness. This building and land are private property, not part of the county park. Okay. So there's one building there that they don't want people to private property. Let's have a look there for fire, hey? They should never have built there. It was inevitable. It was a consequence of being built there. So they should never have built there. And yeah, it was always going to happen. It was the it was like they did everything there that they shouldn't. They didn't show any respect. Like this person's just interested in money, 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 money. They didn't show any respect. They were just interested in making more money. The springs and everything there are special. Manitou Walk. Sorry, I called them the Manti Walk. I'm so sorry. Very disrespectful. I just misread it. I didn't see the name properly. It's the Manitou Walk. County Sherney Park, Maribel Caves Park. The caves and the springs and everything, they're very, very special. And someone came along with all their money and greed and made it into a place of amusement, didn't show respect. It was very distressing. You see things during the day and you really see things even more so at night. But during the day, you might see people, think you see people moving around in some of the caves, or hear people walking around, or in that ruined building. And at night, even more so. It was a place of light and healing. But it was a place of light and healing for so many centuries, and then it was turned into a playground, and people who would traditionally go there for the healing and all that, they were suddenly shut out and shut down and not showing any of the respect that, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, what happened to it was always doomed, basically, right from the start. Here's the card for healing, place of healing. And possibly even some spiritual magic, some spiritual importance too. Yeah. In those caves, they were the caves were disrespected and the springs were disrespected, and there was no way that it was ever going to be able to last. Yeah, they have walking trails and tours of the caves these days. Often sad and weird things that happen there. People are injured in accidents, etc. Yeah. If you do go there, it looks very beautiful, but if you do go there, just tell the land and that ask permission. I ask permission to come here. I ask permission of the spirits of this place, or however you feel is the best thing to do it. I come with respect. You know? And again, I apologise for totally mangling the name for Manitowoc. I totally mangled it. I do apologise. Yeah. It was sacred to your tribe. Yeah. Exploited. Yeah. You can't exploit places like these. it's one thing to, set up facilities for people, but you cannot tell those who it's been sacred to for so many years that you can't come here anymore. You can't have have your rituals or be healed as you have been for so many. Yeah. There are places. Okay, thank you. Manitau equals spirit. And again, Joji, I'm so sorry for mangling the name. Yeah. What do the cards say about Bigfoot, Sasquatch? I've done a reading on Bigfoot and Sasquatch before. Yes, they do exist. Yes, I can do another update. They do exist. They are cryptids. Small batches of them. They don't like people. Let's see. Sasquatches, Bigfoot, Yowies, Yetis. We call them Yowies here in Australia. Hi, Anne H, Running Sloth. How are you? They're emotionally, I suppose they'd be relatively young. Very reactionary. They're there are certain places the energy there is attractive to them, and perhaps they feel like, yes, they do exist in places where the energy especially is attracted to them. They don't want to be found. They don't strive to go out there and say, I'm going to get myself on camera today. They're not like Kimberly Gargoyle and I'm ready for my close-up. They prefer to stay away. Hi, Linda B. They prefer to be in the background. Again, there's this emotional, sentient beings, and they are very sentient and they are emotional, but dealing with it's more like on the emotional maturity level. The maturity level is that they react more like frightened children. So they're very reactionary. And of course, there's a lot of people out there who just want to abuse their existence, make money off them. But there's some people who really are interested and who do set the boundaries in what they're looking for and how they do go out and look for things. There are some people who do that. But of course, there are others who just abuse them to try and make money out of them. There is a real certain type of energy around the places that they inhabit. Okay. Judgment, wake up, set boundaries. People really need to they are shrewd. And they have judged us as we really don't want to know. They've woken up to the danger that we are, because they see people, they'll see hunters out killing deers and all that. And, things that kill, they'll see things that they might go and rip apart and stuff, be felled by guns and things. And they don't want that. And, yeah, so they do stay out of our way. Sometimes I want to stay out of humankind's way. They don't specifically want to be found. Baguio City in the Philippines. Okay, let's have a look at that. You've been looking for a place for me to send me to, have you? I just downloaded. I know it's still a couple of months away, but I just downloaded onto my phone the NFL app for the coming season. Yeah. They don't know. I support the Kansas City Chiefs, and if I catch any baseball occasionally, I try to the Royals. I try to keep up with what's going on with the Royals. But I do enjoy the NFL very much. I find it quite easy to follow. It takes me a couple of games a year to get back into the flow of it. But yeah, and I do enjoy watching NFL games very much. Okay, Baguio City. Let's see. Philippines. Wow. It's high. It's high. This photo here. Heritage Hill Nature Park Garden. There's a round building up on top of Heritage Hill. I saw the picture of it spring up. Wow. That's a spooky looking place. The mansion. Beautiful. Got to go back to that round building and also to the mansion. It's an old church or a convent or something. Right here, go right into the centre there. The old Diplomat Hotel. The old Diplomat Hotel, yeah. That's the building. It's not round. It was just a photo that made it seem round. The old Diplomat Hotel in Heritage Hill. It's in the city of Baguio, Baguio, in the Philippines, in the city in the Philippines. And it's Heritage Hill thing. And if you go to the old Diplomat Hotel, if you zoom in on the park, the old Diplomat Hotel. I think there's a place of love. When we pass on, we go to a place of love. So this hotel, wow, very, very spooky place. Let's have a look. It's called the Old Diplomat Hotel. Got some empty windows. It's got some windows with glass in it. Oh, they throw the Christmas tree into part of it when it's not Christmas. They store a lot of things in it. Wow, what a spooky place. So is this the old Diplomat Hotel in Baguio City in the Philippines? Is it haunted? I'm going, yes. The old Diplomat Hotel. Oh, it was a real centre of activity when it was running. When they call diplomats to mind, it's because diplomats from all over the world did stay there. Yeah, it was a centre of things. Hi, Alexandra Bellino. Here's we got the Page of Pentacles again, which when we look at it in terms of behaviour, normally in terms of behaviour, it can be disruptive and young and possibly young. So possibly some spirits of children running around. The World War II history. Yes. Yeah, the Philippines. Yeah, they were invaded by Japan, wasn't it? Very disruptive energy there. It can get really, really chaotic in some parts of it. It can be like quiet, and then several things will happen at once. Yeah, It was the last bastion and garrison of the Japanese Imperial Army. Yeah. Yeah. But even before the war, it was a place where a lot of rich people, a lot of deals were done. A lot of deals were done. And a lot of money. And sometimes you might hear, like, maybe even some music playing or something. Judgment. Yeah, a lot of people met their end there. A lot of people met their end there. It's horrible that happened to them. That energy. It's carried the burden of what happened there for a long time. They said it was the last stand of the Imperial Japanese Army. Yeah. Okay, NH. That's fine. Security. Yeah, you know, you were saying a lot of people ran to there and they were hoping for security, but yeah, some horrible things happened there. Repeated behaviours, possibly even torture. Heartbreak, betrayal. You'll often hear crying, I think. You might often hear crying. And here's that money thing again with deals being done. So it was one of those lively places where people would go and they'd have parties and they'd play music, and a lot of deals were done. So in some places you feel that energy. You might hear fake music like 30 era music playing and stuff, and chatter. But then there's this other part which is to do with the war and the Japanese, where you feel tremendous sadness and tremendous heartbreak and very chaotic energy and disruptive energy. So there's sort of two sides to it. Thanks, Em. Yeah. There's another building just to the northwest of the hotel. It sort of caught my eye. See if I can find what it is. Wow, here it is. And it's got like towers. Hang on. It's got some round towers on it. And it's to the northwest, and you see some red roofs, and they're round towers. right here in front of it. It's like it doesn't want to be seen fully. Let's try it here. Same thing. Let's try the other side here. Yeah, it's got some, it's right at the gates of the park there, and it's got some brown gates, and it's got 4 towers, and wow, interesting building. It caught my eye from above. It's to the northwest if you're looking at your map. I have no idea what this building is. Absolutely none. But it's fascinating. It's like, I don't know how old it is. I don't know. It's got a crest on the gate. Looks very grand. It looks like there's a face peering out of one of the second floor windows. Yeah, it does. Wow. Let's have a look at this house. I really is freaky. Let's have a look. So let's see if I can get a glimpse of that window from the other end. I don't know if you know, if any of you have found it, the building that I'm talking about. Yeah, there it is. And it's actually steep next to it. There's a steep slope of land that's just going down. Wow, what a freaky building. It's interesting because it's got some modern window frames in it. It looks like it's being worked on, but not very much. Oh, wow, what a freaky building. Think there's anything on the map about it. There's nothing on the map about it. Wow, what a freaky place. It's like it's got some teddy bear ears or something, and a big grey roof with some red stuff in the front. I want to have a look at that building. What is that building? Is that building haunted? And it's surrounded by trees. It's just a little bit to the northeast of the old Diplomat Hotel. Okay. Apathy. I do feel like you can feel the presence of sort of like Stone Cape recorded. People that have been there. Got some things in common with the other building, in that deals were done. It was certainly a very cosmopolitan, that's the term I was thinking of, worldly, cosmopolitan place, if it was around at that time. I don't know how old it was. I don't know if it was there in World War II. Certainly things might happen, but not very often. Yeah. I just caught my eye. And yeah, really interesting. Okay, guys, anything else? Anyone else want me to look at something? I'm very happy to keep going for a while. That is such an interesting place. That whole place. Oh. 1940s. Anyone really? That's fine. I love it too. It brings out the geography nut in me. You love using the maps. Just, yeah. Aerial images. See if we got some aerial images. Gardens. Very, very interesting. Sorry. Tuanmen Road in Hong Kong, China. Okay. Debbie's sending us off around the spooky places in Asia, hey? Tuan. Hi, Sophie. Man Road, Hong Kong. Let's have a look. Anything particular? I saw the picture there. It's a covered tunnel or something along there. Yeah. There's a tunnel there. Part of it's covered by a tunnel, and it's like I got the butterflies. Hi, Sophie. How are you, darling? Wow. It's like, don't know why. Possibly, I don't know whether there's been accidents or something there, but I've got a creepy feeling about that. Creepy Uber-Luber. New Territory Circular Road. Of course, there's that bridge. Hong Kong Gold Coast. Wow, top haunted roads in the world. I can believe it. I can believe it. I think there might even be phantom vehicles on it. Especially around the bridge. I think quite a few people. Wow. Oh, there's a psychiatric centre. It's a museum there. Oh, horrible feeling then. Okay, I really, really am not going to visit that place. Okay, not that one. There's a building next to the psychiatric centre. Sort of looks very castellated. I don't know what it is. What's it here? But I'm not going to go near the psychiatric centre. Sorry, guys. It's just I can't do that. Go down this road. Oh, there's this road. It's very steep, leading off the road, and I'm on it now. Yeah, very steep road, lots of accidents. Oh. Mm. There's a whole building there that's just hidden by trees. You can't see it. I don't know what it is. It hasn't got a name attached to it, but yeah, I believe that it's haunted. So many crashes in the last, causing more crashes. I can believe that. The Paulding Ghost Light in Michigan. Okay. Paulding. Is that a town in Michigan? Oh, I'm sorry. I've really got to get away from that psychiatric set. I don't even want to see the name there. Paulding, Michigan. Wow, very small place. Very small place. Highway 45 goes through it. Then Roselawn Creek. There's a Sleepy Hollow road. Oh my goodness. For the Paulding Store, it's very small. Running Bear Resort. Where's the light supposed to be? On one of the roads? Hi, Taris. Yeah, I found Paulding. It's a tiny little place. It's got a Sleepy Hollow road heading out from it. Quite a few hiking trails, but it's a Paulding Ghost Light. All about, let's see, a train light repeats over and over all night. No railroad through this place? Why would be like a boat light? Is it near the bridge? Optical illusion. You reckon? Okay. Old railway tracks, small road in the woods with the parking area, and watch for it. So it's an optical illusion. Human the generic thinks it's an optical illusion. Sit and watch for it. North or south? Saratoga Ghost Light. where's this parking area? North or south? Is it near the bridge? The bridge that goes over Roselawn Creek? North to south. Is there anything there? Got movement on water. I feel like it should belong to a boat, actually. For some reason. But Roselawn Creek doesn't look that big. I feel like it should belong to a boat. I don't know, just the Roselawn Creek. Or the lake, I don't know. Maybe something to do with the boat. Yes, there are falls, yeah. Yeah, that can happen. Now, looking at the polling one, and I don't know, I just feel like it should be associated with the boat. Or the creek in some way. Maybe someone got lost in the creek or drowned in the creek and they were searching for them. Patience, strength to bring them home. I feel it might have something to do with that, but I don't know if the parking spot's near the creek or not. Joji, north of 45. Okay, so it's north of 45, north on 45. Yeah, I've seen that sort of optical illusion before. Yeah, I feel it might be something to do with someone who got, I don't know, drowned in the creek, and the light was used by someone searching for them. They did find them eventually, but of course they've moved on. But yeah, you still see that light. I don't know. I think there's something to do with the creek too. Yeah. I mean, I think one light is an optical illusion. I think you're right with one of them, but the one that looks like a lantern is a lantern. I just feel like someone, you know, because you said there's two different lights that people see, and I think the first light is the optical illusion, and the other one that's like a lantern, a railroad guy's lantern. It's to do with someone searching. Okay, anywhere else? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a searching thing, you know. Lights are really interesting. They can be, of course, just a trick of the landscape and stuff. But but because Joji was saying there's two different lights, like one that people watch and then there's another one that turns up. The bright light comes past and then you see the conductor's gas lantern light walk in the woods near the same path. Yeah. How many people in creeks have, drowned in creeks and people have been out looking for them? I feel like that. At least the lantern light is that. The other one, yeah, very long straight stretch of road north of Paulding, and anyway. The figure walking with the lantern had feeling attached to it. Yeah. Well, if they're searching for someone who's been lost, it would. Anybody got anywhere else they want me to look at? Vale Cemetery, Winton, North New Hampshire. The Blue Lady, Marius. Wilton, New Hampshire. Sink back down. Ooh, that'd creep me out. Blue Lady. Yeah, Libby Borden. I've sort of looked at that before, the Libby Borden house, Debbie Fitzsimmons. I have looked at that before, so it's just sort of, yeah, so. Oh, I think I'll be up all night watching telly with all the iced coffee I've been drinking. But, Vale Cemetery. Look. There's the Laurel Hill Cemetery, but you're talking about the Vale one. Laurel Hill Cemetery.
You finished?
Nope.
What, you're still broadcasting?
I'm still, yeah, Vale End Cemetery. I'm still broadcasting.
Still going? Okay. I thought because the screen was on.
No, I didn't scream.
No, what was that? The screen didn't look like it.
Oh, no, I'm finding the place. Patterson Bridge Road, Houston, Texas. Okay. Yes, that was cameo.
True.
Yes,
How
darling.
late are you looking at?
Sorry?
How late are you looking
I have no idea, bub.
Like, no. Oh.
Well, nothing is stopping you from getting your beauty sleep. Okay?
I'm just worried about you.
Aurora. And if you want to know who Aurora is, she's the princess from the Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, Vale End, Patterson Road Bridge.
Oh, good.
You know, you can go and snore away and I'd come in and give you a kiss, but being asleep, there'd be no consent, so I can't do that. So. Road Bridge, Houston, Texas. But let's have a look at this cemetery. I don't know. Can you go in there and have a look? Okay. No place to have a look. Ooh. Okay, so a blue lady. Is there a blue lady there? It's a cemetery. It's inevitable that there will be some spirits there. Is there a blue lady? That could be a yes card, but we'll see. Again, if you want to grab your phones or whatever, or tablets, and you want to have a look at where I'm looking, quite a few photos of the place. Whew. Very old, New Hampshire. Whew. LB. There's a small headstone lives next to a larger one. It's blue lady. Knight of Wands. Been investigated lots of times. Page of Pentacles, disruptive. She draws investigators, the tale of the blue lady, but whether she actually really exists is, or whether it's a tale that's used to get people to live in, to come and have a look. But that doesn't mean there's not some very disruptive energy there. No, this is a teller of tales, a charmer thing. Here's the Wheel of Fortune again. Yes, there is definitely disruptive energies there. Young people dying way too soon. You know, these people today, we might still consider them children, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, but they were like back then adults by that time. Queen of Wands. Draws a lot of intuitive people. Families there. Temperance. There is possibly a woman. Oh yeah, ghost. I've been there. I've been to Port Arthur. I've been to Port Arthur. Yeah, very creepy. There is a woman there. Possibly blue, but she's not there as much as people say, I think. And she might have a blue possibly due to the quality of the light around there. Towns in New Hampshire. Was it involved in any battles? Like, not necessarily civil war, but like War of Independence? I feel like there may have been a battle there where Americans won. Or the 1812, something like that. So there may be some ghost scene around that cemetery associated with some form of battle. But I don't, military of some sort, sorry. I do feel there may be a woman ghost scene, and she's not blue and something about the light that brings her across as blue, but she's not seen any more often than others are seen, like other figures are seen, really. But she's really the one that's talked up a lot to attract people. But yeah, has definitely got some things. Be interesting to know the history of the town, whether it played any part in the War of Independence or 1814 war. Okay, Patterson Road Bridge, Houston. Whoa! Hey, straight away. Woo-hoo. Creepy. Lots of trees. You'd think with Houston it'd be. So you said it's near your home. Patterson Road. It's got North Eldridge Parkway at the eastern end of it, and Highway 6 at the western end of it, Bear Creek Methodist Cemetery. Is there a Port Arthur in Texas? Because the Port Arthur I was talking about was Tasmania. That's a spooky place. Is there a bridge? There's a creek, Langham Creek. Does the bridge go over Langham Creek? Yep. What you doing?
Oh, we're having night snacks. Very naughty. How's the session going?
Oh, please.
Oh dear. How's it going?
It's going good.
Good to hear.
He's misbehaving, everyone.
So you get on with
You
it.
have to drive to the bridge from Aldridge Parkway, face to, Highway 6. Yeah, it goes over Langham Creek by the looks of it. The whole thing is a creepy ass, the whole road. I should imagine if you were driving along at night, you'd be really feeling heebie-jeebies. Really, really, really. Yeah, there's Langham Creek. And there's a Bear Creek trail, but there's a Langham Creek there. The whole place, if you, ooh, yeah. Let's have a look here. Oh, we got Street View. Woohoo! Let's have a look. It's not very big. It's only like maybe 40, 50 meters or so. It's it's creepy. It really is a creepy place. It really is. The whole road is sort of like creepy. Bear Creek. Bear Creek is a real. Let's have a look at the map. Bear Creek. Okay. So we found Langham Creek and then there's Bear Creek. So let's have a look at Bear Creek. It's on the road at Bear Creek. Again, it's a short little bridge with railings this time. Is it the bridge with railings? The rattle of soldiers changed, but you didn't. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of bridges. There's the one over Langham Creek, and then there's the one with Bear Creek, and that's got some railings on it, whereas the one at Langham Creek doesn't. a creepy place. Yeah, so it's Bear Creek by the looks of it. The Bear Creek Bridge. Bandito. Somebody spray painted Bandito on it. Doug was there a couple of times apparently. Doug HP, yeah. Doug really likes this bridge. Doug Sangre or something, I don't know. The car was hit hard on the driver's side. No damage. They wanted you to stop. Hang on. Why was Tara's car hit over this bridge? Why was Tara's car hit? You were on the bridge? Why was Tara's car hit when she was going over the Bear Creek Bridge on Patterson Road in Houston? Stop. Confusion. It was like they wanted you to stop. You're mucking around. You had a sports car. Yeah. Were you driving along properly, or were you mucking around a bit? I just felt like it was like to make you stop. To make you stop. You were being a bit reckless or something. To make you stop. You said you didn't feel like anything wanted to harm you. To make you stop. To make, yeah. Yeah. But you still can't explain it. Yeah, they definitely wanted you to stop. Maybe they thought that I think it was preventative. I don't know if you were going a bit too fast for the road or maybe just whoever was driving, whether you or someone else, their attention was not quite where it should be. I feel this may have happened with other cars before too. And it's like to yeah, definitely. It's a fairly narrow road and it's got some steep sides to it. The ditches don't look very deep, but they are. Past that bridge, very steep ditches coming up to it as well. Going yeah, I think it was just make you slow down. It could have been someone who was from an early accident. The ditches get a bit steeper and wider and more trees closer to the road after that. I just feel it was like to get your attention, to make you stop. Yeah, and for a section there's quite deep ditches. That's what I feel like. That's what I think happened. Yeah, definitely. Definitely trying to get your attention, my dear. Might be interesting to go and see if you can find something about the accident history on that road. Hi, Linda B. Oh my goodness. And interesting. Let's have a look at Linda B's grandparents. Are her grandparents there? Rutherford, New Jersey. There we go. Road narrows, cars come off the highway 6 to you. Yeah. Well, as long as you weren't there for too long, but I do feel it was like to stop you or something. So, yeah. Double-story brown house next to a larger yellow house. Linda B. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, stone. Oh, sweetie. No, I don't think it's your grandparents. Okay? I don't think it's your grandparents. That doesn't mean there's not someone there. Your grandparents will. No. There's two definite no's here. I don't think it's your grandparents. That doesn't mean there's not somebody there. Is it a very old house? I've got two male figures here. As I said, I don't think it's your grandparents. Very secretive. Very secretive, and they would lie a lot. And definitely cause loss. 1900. When were your grandparents there? Linda B, when were your grandparents there? Thank you, Tara S. From then first owner. They bought it from the first owner. Okay. Or were they the ones who built it? So they bought it from the first owner. Yeah. I do feel like it. I use the cards, sometimes just my gut feelings. But like I said, I don't see or hear, I don't consider myself a medium in that I talk to people or see them or anything. You think they were the first. Okay. Mm. I really don't think it's your grandparents. whoever it is, they don't like people there. And they can get a little bit nasty. Yeah. It could even have been from before they owned the place. I mean, there might have been another house there before they owned and built the place. So did the owner who told you about the thing, did they say any? Hi, Clarence. Did they say anything more? It's in Rutherford, isn't it? I love finding old maps. I love maps. I love maps. And Inslee, she insisted an ad was thrown at them in the air and they were selling it. An ad? Oh, an axe. Yeah, your grandmother having, spoken to you in person and everything, Linda P. To me, it doesn't seem like it's your grandmother or your grandfather would be ones to be throwing an axe at people. No, it's definitely someone from before there. East Rutherford, New Jersey. No, definitely someone from before then. The Passaic River. Yeah. This is I find this so fascinating to look at. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's Native American or not. I think it might. I do feel like it's the two guys I got were either a trader, possibly. Not very nice dudes. Not very nice dudes. And yeah, definitely abusive. Possibly in partnership. Yeah, very, very secretive. Did a lot of things they didn't want. Yeah, people to know about. Yeah, it's really, really fascinating. When I can get into old maps, it just absolutely love it. Hang on a minute. I am going to bring up paint. Now, first things first, I'll take this over to there. And then I will zoom in. Passaic River. Oops, we don't want that. Don't need that. Okay. Oh, I just love this. I don't think it's your parents, but they're not very nice people who were there. Yeah, it's definitely something to do with the land before there. I would love to look. I would love to keep looking, but it's yeah. But thank you very much for putting me onto this place. It's hang on, just got to look one more time. Just got to look one more time. Hey. I can't help it. I can't help it. It's I gotta look. Um, There. There. Okay. Oh, wow. This is so exciting. Or it's like tracking down a real, yeah. Oh, honestly, I'll have to have a look later. The downtown is still the same. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is definitely very interesting. Yeah. It's really fascinating. Okay, so no, it's not your grandparents. I think that if they want their presence known, it would be more to family. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think these were white people. The two men who are, I feel they're, the cards tell me are there. I feel like they're white people and from quite a ways before the house. Yeah, possibly traders and all that. Okay, anyone else? No, it's not Native Americans. It's, yeah. Anyone else got something they want me to look at? Oh, yeah. Because if you don't, I think I might sign off. I'm coming up to 3-hour mark, so I'm happy to look at one more place. Spaghetti Warehouse, Houston, Texas. Okay, have you got an address? Downtown is, I need a bit more than downtown Houston, Texas. Sorry. Spaghetti Warehouse closed. Okay. It's a white building on Commerce Street. Aliens Landing Place. No, we haven't done aliens. Yeah, it's on Commerce Street. It's been permanently closed. Yeah, it's a white building with green trim. Spaghetti Warehouse. It's got some steps leading up to it. It's got sort of like a tram or something in the middle of it. Yep, that's the one. So it's supposed to be haunted, is it? That tram. Is that a real tram in the middle of it? Spaghetti Warehouse, Houston, Texas. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Please extend spirit protection over all of us. Help me find some clarity, insight, and information into Spaghetti Warehouse, Texas. Yes, it is permanently closed, apparently. So, ladies' bathroom. Oh, interesting. All right. First, I'll have a look at the tram. Okay. Now, firstly, we'll ask, is Spaghetti Warehouse haunted? Thank you, guides, for all of the help that you have given. Hi, Nina Sanderson. Yeah, I've been on for a while. Is this something aggressive in there? The Five of Swords, for me, when I'm talking about this sort of thing, it's aggressive, maybe even a little bit abusive. Emperor. Was there somebody associated with the city of Houston, like maybe a judge or someone who's been associated with that building and maybe fought to haunt it? The tram car is a fixture of Spaghetti Warehouses. Okay. Chaos. It can get very chaotic. Ooh, something nasty there. Yeah, definitely something nasty there. That's not good when you're talking about possible hauntings. That's not a good combination. So you've just heard about the bathroom here. So it's a chain. Oh, I always get very mixed feelings when I see the figures of native people. Like this one had a figure of a Native American there. Lots of stained glass windows. Firestone stained. Beautiful, beautiful windows in there. I don't know if that's a feature of every Spaghetti Warehouse or not. It's definitely, I do feel there's something nasty there. McIntyre's Takeout. What's that about? It's so the building It's now McIntyre's, or it was is it now McIntyre's now? McIntyre's downtown? Is that what it is now? It's been taken over by somebody else. July 2021. So it's now a place called McIntyre's. Are the ghosts still hanging around McIntyre's? Quite possibly. Ghosts do not like remodeling, reconstruction. So it's now called McIntyre's, and it's been reopened. It's been remodeled. It's been reopened. Oh, is it? Well, there's definitely a nasty presence there. It's making itself felt now. Yeah, dark. The hangman. Consequences. Yeah, past things that are in the past. They're still there. This is their place. This is where they belong. Nobody else belongs there. They don't want anyone else there. Or it doesn't want anyone else there. Can be disruptive. Things get thrown about or misplaced. I don't know about the history of the building or how old it is, but I do feel it had something to do with that emperor figure. He might have been quite a bigwig in Houston when it was built. Made deals, yeah, and quite abusive in his position. There's that card again. Definitely doesn't want people there. They might even hear a voice at sometimes say, "Get out." Mine, Victory. Could be a politician. Yeah. Now, why is the place across the road called Alien Park or something? Why is that? Aliens Landing Park. Why is it called that? With Trail of Bayous parts. Buffalo Bayou, sorry. But why do they call it Aliens Landing Park? Yeah, whoever it is definitely doesn't like people. He doesn't like that the building's been messed with so many times, and every time I think remodeling is done or something, you might get a little bit more happening than used to happen. Aliens Landing Park. What can you tell me about that place? Do aliens land there? Do aliens land there? People talk about it. I don't think so, but I think there are some people who really think that they do, and that it's being kept secret or it's some sort of a secret portal or something. But I don't think they do land there. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Aliens need a... Well, there's a coffee shop. There's a Sunset Coffee building right there. And, of course, across the road there is McIntyre's. Ah. Harris County Jail. Whoa. Oh, it's a museum now, is it? Oh, that's just across the river too. Just across the river is the Harris County Jail. But it is a... I take it it's not a jail anymore if it's a museum. Oh, what an imposing building. Oh, my goodness. Is it abandoned? Or is it a museum now? What can you tell me about the Harris County Jail that's across the river? Is that haunted? Guides, tell me, is that haunted? Defensive. End of one journey, start of a jail. It's got a museum thing, so it's not a jail anymore. Detention centre. It's still a detention centre, is it? Lots of hidden secrets, lots of, centre of justice. Is that still going, the Harris County Jail? Inevitable, as with many of those places, it would happen. The house is at Palestine, Texas, at 1215 Sycamore Avenue. You want me to look at that house, Human Generic? Can't reach this page. Okay. I won't worry about it. But definitely, there's definitely a lot of big, imposing red building, and yeah. They call it Justice of the Peace Centre. So it's not a jail anymore. It's definitely got some stuff happening there. Okay. So let's see. It's really interesting looking at some of these places. Is it north? Is it Sycamore Avenue or Sycamore Street? Because it's got Sycamore Avenue. It's popped, or Sycamore Street. North Sycamore Street has popped up. Doesn't look like there's a Sycamore Avenue. It's just to the south of West Palestine Avenue. Could it be aliens land? I don't know. But landing on top of the detention centre? Now, is your grandmother's house, is it just just south of West Palestine? A little greenhouse? Sort of cottage type thing? Oh, the birthplace of Houston. I can't read the number. Little greenhouse, cute bungalow. So it's a little green bungalow on the corner of North Sycamore Avenue and West Palestine Road, and the frontage faces onto another street there. Okay. West Green Street. Was on the west side of the street. Okay, so she said that it was haunted. Yeah, okay. Is this house haunted? Place next to it is really creepy. Cute little, and your grandma lived across the road, like in the white house with the brown roof, or the blue one next to it. Your aunt lived across the, so your aunt lived in that house, did she? Ah, so the greenhouse was your aunt's house. Okay. Have you been there? Yeah, it's a blue. It's a blue with white trim. Yeah, that's the one. Is it haunted? Oh, a bit of heartbreak. Someone having trouble moving on. So heartbreak, and it's causing someone trouble. Someone's having trouble moving on. Well, let's make sure I've got the right house. I don't want to be looking at the wrong house. Okay. Really want to make sure I've got the correct house here. So, because the little house I'm looking at, the little greeny blue one, Yeah, no, it's definitely the right house that I was looking at. It's got East Palestine Avenue and West Palestine Avenue. Yeah. I was definitely looking at the right house. Yeah, there's a bit of heartbreak there, and it's caused the person to not be able to move on. Things might disappear and appear. Camden and Sycamore. Okay, let's see. So that I'm reading on the wrong house then. So let's have a look here. Camden and Sycamore. Ah, yes, West Camden Street and Sycamore Street. Okay. Well, that little house up there that I was looking at before, whoever lives there, that they might be feeling heartbreak from time to time, and things might disappear and reappear. But now we'll have a look at your house, your aunt's house. Okay. Is it on the north side or south side of Camden? There's a single-story house there with some bay windows at the side. It's white with a brown roof. North or south corner? Look 2 doors down from the blue house also. Look 2 doors down from the blue house also. So is that a different house on the same street that you want me to look at, Tara S? I need to know which house to look at. Button up boots, old school. Same street, but a couple of houses down from the blue house that I was looking at on the west side. 1, 2. There's a bungalow, as you guys call them. Yeah, so on the north side of Camden Street. It's got bay window out the front. Thank you, Tara S. Yeah, I found the house. Okay, let's have a look at that. God. I found it. I think it's it. It's got bay windows out the front with a veranda at the front and side. Yep, on the north side. Yeah, I found it. Right. We've got a no parking sign outside. And green steps leading up to the door. Whoa. Tara S and Human Generic, are you guys related? Very protective presence there. 4 of Pentacles, doesn't want to leave, is happy to be there. Things might disappear. Things might disappear and then reappear. Yes, if there was a murder committed there, the person was brought to justice. It's 1102 North Sycamore. Guys, that's the address. Possibly some children there too. The protective presence doesn't want to leave because the children are still there, but the children can't leave. Yeah. Might feel very emotional. Things might move around. There might be spots where you feel very emotional. You might hear giggles at times. But there's definitely one thing there one presence there that is really changed the house. I do think it might be the children. They're chained there for some reason. With regard to the murder that was supposed to have happened there, that person did meet justice. Murder of 3, the mother and 2 children. That might be why they're chained there. Yeah, that's the house I'm looking at. Yep. Whether this justice was meted out in court or not, the person who did commit this murder, alleged murder, did meet justice in the end. Yeah, it seems like they are sort of chained there. You might hear some laughter. I don't. Oh, okay. So you do know each other. Okay. King of Wands. They're comfortable. They're comfortable there. They don't want to go from there. They feel like it's their house. It's their home. It's their house. It's their home. They don't mind other people being there. Mm. Mm. The person who did it did face justice, whether it was for that crime or not. They did face justice before a community leader, possibly a judge or something. Possibly for that murder or for another something else they did. Yeah, so things might disappear. You might feel tugs on your clothes. Very emotional at times. Sometimes you might feel very protective. If there's children around, like 1102 is where your granny's house used to sit. Wow, this is really well, it seems like I might be reading on your granny's house, but I don't know. I think probably every house in this town. So I think we'll leave Palestine, Texas for now. It is getting very confusing. I've read on different houses and I've found different. I was looking at one house, but I was probably reading. It's confusing. Yeah. So you want me to read on your aunt's house, so whether or not I was looking at the right one, I think I read on the right one. There's definitely, yeah. Okay, guys. It's getting very late here. It's after 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, whichever. 11:05. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, lots of Victorian homes. Yeah, so at least the house smells lovely now. Really, they might be a bit disruptive and stuff like that and give you a bit of a fright at times, but most of them can't hurt you. But I ask for continued protection over all the houses that have been represented here tonight and all the people who have asked for answers. It's been fun. This is a fun thing for me. But just remember, I don't consider myself a medium or anything. I do use the cards, and I use, what the cards seem to tell me and what I get off the cards. Yeah, been a lot of fun. Thank you very much. And I will be back on Thursday unless something big happens. Yeah, so I'll let you all go now. And yeah, please enjoy yourselves and have fun. Enjoy the rest of your day, and stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay happy. Okay, bye-bye.